Hi, my name is Tim Sands. My lab, Lab 11, is the photoelectric effect, and I'm going to go over some illustrations here, and then I'm going to cut to the lab. So on the top left here, it's showing the cutoff frequency here, which is a function of Planck's constant and frequency. So right here, if the wavelength if the frequency is low, then it won't have enough energy to kick the electron out. If the frequency is high, then it'll have enough to kick it out. Now, if it kicks an electron out, for my experiment, that's a good thing. That's what we're trying to prove here. So I'm going to show you on this left one, starting here at this corner right here. This is my setup where I have two aluminum foil leaves right here sitting next to each other. And then I have a galvanized steel hook right here, this brown piece. And its current charge is neutral. The plates will basically be touching because there's no charges for them to repel. Now I'm going to charge them via a plastic rod that I'm going to rub a cloth on. It's going to make it negatively charged. I'm going to hover that next to my coil that's positive because it's repelling the electrons down to these leaves. And you'll notice the leaves will spread apart in that instant. Now I'm going to move to the third step where I take my finger while the plastic rod is still there and I'm going to touch the coil. I'm going to make contact right there. And that's going to make the whole system go back to neutral because it's going to pull electrons out of my finger and it's going to balance the system out. And then the leaves will go back to being like this. Now I'm going to pull my finger back away and then I'm going to pull the rod away, and what we're left with is a net negative system, which will have the leaves repelling apart like so, which is what we wanted. And then lastly, I'm going to shine a UV light on the coil here, and it's going to kick electrons out, and then the leaves will fall back down very slowly, mind you, because there's not much surface area on this coil, but they will fall back together to neutral position. Here's where I'm charging the coil. Here's the coil. Here's my rod. It's just a Dyson vacuum cleaner handle and a cloth. And now I'm going to charge those leaves and then shine a UV light on it. And it takes a while. But they do eventually go back together as I do this. Even better if I have a larger metal plate, but I just didn't have a zinc plate. And this UV light is not short wavelength, it's probably a long wavelength, so it's not as effective, if not at all, for steel. Anyway, that's my experiment.